Okay.
You're live.
What's up, home fuckers? We're here at Prepared for Nothing podcast where we don't know shit, but neither do you guys, so let's go. Hi, Junaid. Hi, Connor. How you guys doing today?
Doing well.
I'm doing all good. Chiming in from the Middle East.
You said your balls are really hot right now?
It is so hot. It's 90 degrees Fahrenheit. They use centigrade here. It's like 35 degrees centigrade. And it is so hot.
Can you convert that to regular words, please?
It's really, really fucking hot.
98 centigrade. What is that?
32 centigrade. It's like around 90 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, that's only 90. You chilling. What's the humidity like? Crazy?
It's getting there. But dude, it's at night and it's 90.
Oh shit, I forgot it's like middle of the night right now.
God, that's like Vegas weather.
Holy Lord.
Oh man, it is roasty toasty. And like we were supposed to have the harvest in like July, but it's so hot and the temperature changed so rapidly that we're harvesting now.
Wow.
3 months earlier.
Climate change?
God. I remember the Vegas nights when it would get that hot when I was in high school. I'd literally break out about 3 to 4 box fans just around my room because we discovered, well, I always claimed, and then they finally discovered it, that none of the vents in my room actually connected to our AC unit.
Jesus.
Yeah, so every summer I basically hotboxed in my room, so I had to buy like all these box fans from Home Depot and set them up around my room.
So they can just blow all the hot air around?
Yeah, I had like the window open and it's like one blowing hot air out, one blowing hot air away, one just on me.
Wow. Wow. Hey, Junaid, you're on your phone, right?
I am on my phone, but I got a new phone today.
All right, did you? Do you think you will be able to see a link I'm going to send you guys?
Dude, I could see anything. This phone is sweet.
Okay, I'm dropping it in the Goon Squad. It's a video I saw that I thought is absolutely hilarious. I don't know if we'll be able to like dub it in at one point.
We're here at time where people are doing it the old-fashioned way. They're just filling out bubbles here. I want to turn some of these people around and ask you guys, sir, can I ask you what your lucky numbers are?
I'm going to pick 14, 24, 2, 7, and 15.
Oh, those are your lucky numbers. Can I tell you do you know your chances of winning?
Slim to none.
Slim to none, you're right. Let me tell you, it's 1 out of 292 million. What do you think about that?
I knew it.
You knew it. Your numbers are lucky, though. Am I right? Can I ask you, if you want all the money, what would you do with it?
Bunch of hookers and cocaine.
Oh, okay, that's not good. We were hoping for a different answer. That's probably not the answer that we're looking for.
Yeah, don't worry about dead air. I actually played the video and screen capped it.
Hell yeah.
Your boy knew what he's doing.
Hell yeah, dog. That's what I was just sitting here in silence. Like, I really hope Connor's doing so good right now. Did it get through the whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Junaid, have you seen?
Yeah, I just saw it. A bunch of hookers and cocaine.
Dude's getting...
Okay, so the reason I brought that up, did you see that lady's face at the very end when she turned around and fucking looked at the guy like she had never been prepared in her training for what the fuck to say when somebody says hookers and cocaine on live TV?
I mean, dude, you're going to lottery scratchers. What are you expecting?
He said it was at like, what, 50 million?
They're just looking for a story, man.
Yeah.
1 in 290 million are the chances.
Dude, and she just turns around and runs away like, oh fuck, I just lost my job.
What are the chances that you actually get a heartfelt story from the lottery scratchers?
I wonder how many boring ones they got too. You know what I mean? Like that's the 50th person she's talked to today, and everyone else is like, "Well, I would just invest it in my future and maybe buy my mom a house." It's like, okay, cool, neat story, Terry.
I'm gonna buy my mom a car.
Everyone always says they would like do all this wholesome shit when they won the lottery. Being real, what's like the one dumbass thing you would buy?
I'd probably actually buy a new car, not like a used car. So that way I don't.
But like, would you like splurge, or would you be like, oh, I'm just gonna get like a new Tesla? Or are you talking like you're gonna be rolling up in a Lambo the next day?
See, no, that's the thing. I probably wouldn't splurge just because of. Like that's the thing too. I know it's kind of boring, but I'm gonna look at
what everyone says. That's a lie.
Well, that's the thing. I'm gonna be looking at shit like gas mileage when I'm buying a new car.
I know, but I really think that everyone.
You got millions in the bank.
Got millions.
Dog, I really think everyone's like, you're gonna do all this stuff. You're gonna do good. You're gonna like invest it. You're gonna do all this shit. But one day you're gonna be walking by the jewelry shop and you're like, that's a really nice fucking gold chain, and they're like $500,000. You're like, fuck it.
You know what? I'd probably get one of those VR haptic suits.
Okay. All right. That's a fair answer.
Because those things are like, I mean, they're not worth millions, but they're worth like thousands.
And there's no need for a girlfriend or a wife.
Exactly. Yeah. She can just be jealous while I enjoy myself in the living room.
Coming from a married man with a baby.
There's no need.
Janae just got an idea.
You just be like, oh, I want to try this.
What about you, dog? What are you buying, stupid?
Dude, the stupid shit that probably I would buy would definitely be a useless Italian sports car that probably breaks down in like 2 years.
All right.
That'll definitely be it. And oh, what kind? And dang, it'll probably be a Huracan manual.
Okay, that's fair.
Lamborghini Huracan. It's the baby Lambo. It's not like the crazy, out of the way Aventador. So it's like a little modest.
Okay. Yo, I want a 92 pimped out Civic, like straight off of fucking exhibit show, with like champagne holders in the middle and like 37 TVs, a ridiculous spoiler.
Yeah, I got my champagne holders in the dry state of Utah.
I can't legally put the booze in here unless I'm not driving, but it's still cool.
Officer, I'm using these to hold my sparkling apple cider. It is non-alcoholic. I check.
Well, what you can do is you could tow it.
And drink on the tow?
And then you'd be like, it's a trailer. Take the engine out, it's a trailer.
Oh my god, you're a genius, Junaid. Yo, what if you got rid of, like, if you put a giant TV in front of the dashboard and then just got a camera and tried to argue that, like, you didn't need to see out the window because you got a, 60-inch flat screen just showing you the display?
Dude, if I was a cop who pulled you over for like being distracted while driving, I'd be like, why can't you just do this at home? Why do you need to go somewhere so badly during a global pandemic where literally everything is on?
You cut out there, Jay. You're cutting out pretty hard. Junaid.
Yes.
You're cutting out super hard right now. I couldn't hear any of the last, 30 seconds of what you said. Go to the good internet spot.
Okay.
Hey, we can hear you.
Yes, you can hear me.
Oh, even
is
more
this better
now? It's beautiful, sultry voice.
There it is.
That's the baby.
I'm sitting outside hookahing, so I had the fan going because it's so hot. It must have been it.
Yeah, it just was weirdly cutting you out too many times.
Yeah. So, like I was saying, I'd be like, where do you got to be? That's so important that you can't just get a helicopter.
I'm
do this in your living room.
Heading over to the shorties.
Yo, and I got bitches to see.
They gonna love this Honda.
He's like, you could order the escorts in your home.
They ain't gonna.
Yeah. That's not as fun, dude. Oh, what if you got like those little like things that make your car bounce on it too?
Oh, the hydraulics.
Yeah, the hydraulics. So it's like throwing, like you get a video of like some girl in it, like trying to like all stoked with the champagne. Then you start hitting it. It's like spilling all over. She's like, "Stop it! I got all sticky."
Got a titty falling out kind of deal.
She tried desperately to hold it up. Wow. Well, I think we found our next video.
If I had that much money, I'd buy my mom a new car and spend the rest on PCP.
I read a question the other day that I wanted to ask you guys.
What's up?
How the fuck is it that such incompetent people have survived this long in life?
I feel like I actually know like the biological answer to that.
Yes, dude, that's what I want. Science. Let's learn something.
So, I think it just comes down to like genetic attraction. That if you can be a fucking dumbass, but have like some form of genetic attraction, you can reproduce.
So essentially, like, dumb people get a fuck just as much as smart people, and that's pretty much the answer.
Yeah, and another way you could look at it too is that dumb people are more prone to accident babies than smart people.
Ooh, that's spicy.
So if you think about like,
you guys want to hear something really stupid?
Sure.
Please.
So I was moving, and I moved the hookah in front of the fan, and the coals were right by my face, and the fan blew all the embers into my eyes.
Fucking idiot.
I reproduced.
My eyes. Yeah, you have.
Well, you got proof of it too.
I guess we should just start asking Janae, how have you survived this far?
Dude, I have survived this far in a third world country during a global pandemic by having anxiety attacks every 12 hours, worried about everyone in my family either wearing a mask or getting close to people without masks. Things like that. And that has helped me basically sanitize everything that comes in and out of this house, including my car, my shoes, my clothes, my phones.
That wasn't the question, though.
How have I survived this long?
How did you convince someone to reproduce with you?
Oh, I didn't. I just
Oh, it was kind of more of one of those like forced situations.
Oh yeah, like I swear I pulled out.
Okay, sure. That's what they say.
There were like definitely 3 prophets present, and they all had to, shake some bones in a cup to make sure he was telling the truth.
Yeah. The shamans. Oh God. Oh, sorry, I just shut down all my shit on accident, and now I'm trying to get it pulled up.
So I got a question though.
Please.
For Janae, being that you are in a third world country right now, do you have to use a VPN?
Oh, so there are a few things that I could come across and things like that, but the only thing that it really blocks from time to time is like porn is blocked like all the time.
Interesting.
But there are ways to get around that. Like there's a really cool app you could get for your phone. It's called Tor browser, and instead of using like the internet, it uses like torrent servers around the world.
Yep.
That works as a proxy. That works as a proxy to like you get to whatever you want. Well, I don't really need to do it for adult content. I just need to do it to like log into like my identity protection stuff and my banking information. If I have to do something that with like high level security, I could like bypass that because they're like, oh my god, an IP address from Pakistan. They're like, this must be some sort of hacker because there's a lot of hackers here. A lot. The first computer virus came from Pakistan. You can look that up.
Connor, would this be a good segment to do our first ad read of the day?
Yeah, tell me about Raychu VPN.
Raychu VPN, the premier. We talked about this last week. It's how you can get boners from headphones. It's pretty much how it works, and no one gets to know. So,
low profile, fits in your ear, hard for hours.
And like they ship in a big box. They ship in a big box, just says "get your dick hard," so like everyone knows you're trying to like. They know like, oh, he's got it worked out now. He's going to be getting that shit up.
Right, but what leaves them confused is they don't know why the box has to be that big.
Oh yeah, because they open it up and there's just like 2 little packages in there.
Right, so
it's advertising though, dude. You're trying to let the ladies know, like, yo, dude, I got that Raychu.
Yeah, for the confident people.
Yeah. But dude, it's also, man, that's the VPN too. You're supposed to be discreet. I gotta talk to them about that. That doesn't make sense.
There's a little bit of a wrench in their plan at times, it seems, but they're a good startup. Support them now. They don't have any discount codes for us to give you because they are a startup.
Yeah, pay full price, bitch.
You got to pay full price.
Don't ask friends for discounts.
What is the full price?
They didn't give us in the read.
Oh, I actually have some numbers here, Connor. Let me pull them up.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. So we can get you a monthly subscription. It's gonna come with 20 chews because that's how much you're gonna need this month. That one right there is about $29.99. Now you can buy them individually. Unfortunately, if you want to get a smaller pack at a price like per earbud insert, it's also $29.99. So I mean that's kind of up to you whether you want to do the subscription or get individually. But
good choice.
And if you order over, I think it's $200 worth, you get free shipping, but I'm not sure about that one.
Yeah. You the viewer can test it and let us know.
Yeah. I actually haven't tried it yet because it's kind of like the vaccine out.
Buy over $300 worth of merch from them and let us know if you get free shipping.
Yeah. I don't even want to ask them. That's how we'll do it. Somebody out there just test it.
Yeah.
RaychuVPN.com. No promo code.
So you're telling me that I could spend $30, put these earbuds in my ear, and have a boner for how many hours?
Until the battery dies, basically.
And battery is like what? Like something that small, like 800 milliamp hours?
Yeah, I'd say you get at least a good 4 out of it.
Oh.
Yeah, they're also coming out with a new one that's rechargeable, so I think I'm going to kind of be waiting for that one.
Yeah. You get the little dock station.
Are there any adverse effects? Like, say, for example, heart patients?
Well, yeah, because if you think about it, they're getting your dick hard through your ear with electrical currents. So, I mean, I think I should do the safety reads if you have a pacemaker, if you have cancer, if your left leg is a little bit sore that day, if you got hit in the head really hard as a kid. Like, these are all things I would suggest you probably stay away from Raychu.
Right. But, like, having a boner is, like, the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, you know what? If I had cancer, I'd still rather have a boner. I'd rather have a boner and cancer than have cancer and no boner.
I'd rather have a boner than be cured.
Sir, you got about 4 months left. Can I stay hard the whole time?
With
Raychu VPN, you can.
The Raychu VPN, you will be able to have it, my friend.
The doctor says I got 3 days, but I'm hard for it.
Oh, God.
Now, in the future, I hear that they are going to be working with VR haptic systems so that you could sync it up with your VR.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
Whoa.
And then you could get your boner at like the right time during the video, because sometimes you get the boner way too early and you just finish and then you just wasted all that money in like 2 minutes where you had an hour left.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? We need to talk to the guys actually over at Raychu and see if they can add in a feature that just can help you last longer or something. You know what I mean? Like you can choose when you want to go.
I think, well, if I understand correctly, and they were marketing, it was an adverse effect originally, but now they're marketing it because of the actual. It's more good than bad, but even when you finish, if you keep it in your ears, it keeps you hard.
Oh, so we're talking like multiple round ability.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, like refraction period gone, non-existent.
Ooh, I wonder, when they call it like the post nut shame, like when you're like just nutted and you watched a bad porn or something, you're like, what the fuck did I just watch?
Right.
Maybe they can get rid of that too. So you can just like keep going without any adverse feelings.
So I tell you, I've actually talked to people that have shot and then filmed porn.
No.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, actually, growing up, one of my neighbors used their house to film it. And we found out because one day they asked us to help them basically move a jacuzzi from their backyard. And we walked through the front, because we walked through the front door, through the house, out the back, and like you just look over into the living room, there's like 5 or 6 cameras set up in there.
They have any like weird sex dungeon stuff too?
I don't know. I didn't want to explore the house. I was just there to flip a jacuzzi.
There was somebody at our high school that me and Janaid went to that we went to a party at their house once when their parents was gone, and they had this room down in the basement that had like 20 do not enter signs, no kids are allowed. And we tried to break into that room for like 2 hours to try and figure it out. It definitely was their little dungeon sex room, and we tried forever, and they bulletproofed that so that like 20 high school kids couldn't get in there. And girl who lived there is like, yeah, I've never seen my parents go in or out or know what goes on in there, but I don't want to know. It's like, holy fuck.
Yeah, but I knew a guy that edited for amateur company porn, and said that most of the time, if you're looking at like a 30-minute video, it was at least almost a whole day's worth of filming.
Oh, I can't imagine.
And like
I've heard that.
At least 3 or 4 pills of Viagra, because this dude probably finishes once every position, and they have to like stop, clean her off, get them hard again.
Try and act like they were just right back in the middle of it.
Right. So the people that actually last long for the whole duration are either doing it outside or it's multiple days worth where they have to wait for the lighting to come back.
Jesus. And the next day the weather's bad. They're like, fuck.
Right.
They're like, oh, we got to move this inside. That's where the pizza's at, Mr. Delivery Man.
John, I hate to break it to you, but the weather didn't turn out. I got hard for nothing today.
Step bro, I've been stuck out here under this chair all day. Can we go inside finally? Oh, Lord. Hey, Janaid, when you get a chance, look in the Goon Squad thing I sent you. I don't want to out people's names, of course, but I sent you the name of the person with the sex dungeon. Tell me if you're surprised.
I don't recognize that last name.
Don't?
Remind me of this person.
Blondie. Really, really dumb. Like notoriously the dumbest girl in our grade.
In our school.
In our school, but she was in our grade. And she hung out with a girl who we nicknamed reportedly after the fluids during male ejaculate, I guess you could say. Nothing? All right, I'm going to move on from it then.
I was like, all I can remember is Gizmo. You're late, dog.
Oh, man. I almost need to, like, send you a picture now so you can remember.
Oh, I remember.
Okay, now are you at all surprised that this child is the child of somebody with a sex dungeon?
No. I am not surprised.
Remember the story of when one of our other best friends passed out on the floor in the middle of a party and got a boner in the middle of the night? And the whole party was just like standing around laughing at him because he was like blacked out completely hard.
Oh, dude.
That's so mean.
I'd
He probably had the Ray 2 VPN on. He probably had that prototype system.
I'm pretty sure.
He had to take it off.
Fully cranked, and all the guys are like trying to like wake him up, roll him over, throw a blanket on, and all the ladies are just like laughing away.
Did he at least have size to like flex or?
I mean, he was in like some shorts, so it's kind of hard to tell a little bit. I don't know, probably pretty average, I'd say.
Okay. Because that'd suck if it's like he's busting a boner and everyone's just like, he's like semi-hard, isn't he? Like they show him the pictures and stuff, and he's like, man, that's me at full mass. I can't tell him.
Yeah, you got a semi-chub last night. He's like, yeah.
Yeah, dude, I wasn't even all there.
Oh, God.
Well, did anybody do anything about it? No, sorry. They were all making fun of you.
Yeah, everyone was underage, too, to be completely honest. Then their parents got home and kicked everyone out of the party, and we were, like, trying to have to wake them up to get them out the party. It was bad. But ironically, the whole reason I brought that up is that was the same night of the party at the house with the sex dungeon. So who knows? Maybe Haas found a way in.
Oh yeah, we need to mute that name.
Oh shit!
No, I didn't hear. We didn't hear her last name. We're good.
Yeah, that's
fine.
That
was the.
Shut up, Jade.
Then we didn't hear her first name. Equally good.
All right.
I have never let this person live it down, anyways, so it'll be fine.
I know I told you, Tilly,
He's got more dirt on me. I just can never let him on the podcast.
I know I told you, Tilly, the story about the guy that thought he caught a case, and it turned out he just did it with a pillow.
Caught a case?
Yeah, did I tell you about that? The guy that thought he like straight up raped a chick at a party.
No.
Oh.
No, this is good though.
Yeah. So we went to a house party once, and there was a guy that was slinging acid in the bathroom, and it was the whole reason we went, because our friend is just like, I want to do acid for the first time. It's just like, look, I don't even know the guy. We should do it through the person that hooked me up next time we go to Portland. And he's just like, no. I want to do it ASAP. And this guy says he's got it, and we're going to go to this party, and we're going to do it. And it's just like, you're going to do it. You have fun. So they go to the party, and he, like, throughout the night was flirting with this one girl. And this was before he took the acid. And then he's just like, you know what, I'm going to go drop acid. I'll be back. And he went, did that, never came back. And the dude woke up, or like day after the party kind of deal, because we crashed at that place, and he was freaking out because he's just like, I think I raped a chick, kind of deal.
What the fuck?
And we're like, what are you talking about? And he's like, that girl I was talking to all night. It's like, I'm pretty sure I raped her. And we're looking at him weird, because it's just like, well, she left shortly after you got the acid. So
like, what?
When did you
go to her house?
Right. And he's just like, no, I know I fucked someone all night long, and they weren't like into it or anything. And it's just like, and they're still here kind of deal. He's like, he basically just panicked and booked it out of the room. And so we messaged the guy that owned the house, and it's just like, look, Jay says that he had a moment with someone that's probably still at your house in one of the rooms. And the guy's just like, yeah, the dude fucking molested my pillow.
For all night.
For like a full night.
Oh my god.
Dude had a passionate night with the guy's pillow.
God, dude, just tripping, thinking
Just
that he was
tripping.
just going to town with this girl, and he's
It's just like,
why aren't you into this?
She wasn't into it. She wouldn't say anything.
Look at me.
I think I like
Why would you
scarred
look
her.
at
Right?
Why are you crying?
Okay. Now
Okay,
we
so
gotta
here's-
decide what is the most erotic type of pillow that you could do that with.
A body pillow? Like, that's not even a question.
Well, hold on. I know there's like those
pillow.
special pillows that have like supposed to simulate like an arm that wraps around you and stuff.
Ooh, like the Snoogle.
Yeah. So
okay,
like
that would be more for like cuddling, I think.
I guess that's true. Yeah, that's the post body pillow. You like throw the body pillow aside, get that out, and snuggle up next to them afterwards, kind of deal.
What about like one of those straight neck rolls? Like not the curved ones that go around your neck, but just like the round pillow, and you just like cut a hole in the side, and it's like your little fleshlight.
Fuck, I've seen people that will like they'll buy a fleshlight and they'll stick it in between their two mattresses.
Dude, that's wild.
We had
Connor, that reminds me.
Yeah.
That reminds me. So, coming up through puberty, I knew this kid in 7th grade, and we just discovered masturbating. We're like, oh, how do you do it? How do you do it? How do you? He's like, yeah, I just put it in between two mattresses. I'm just like, how do you do that? Like, is the mattress on the ground? Is it in a bed frame? How do you position your body? Like, are you going perpendicular to the mattress, parallel to the mattress? If you're doing parallel,
was he just like
you
on
literally
his
have to
knees,
be floating in the air,
was
or
he
one
on his
knee
knees,
on the
just
ground,
like fucking the gap in between the box spring and the mattress,
or like doing like a yoga move with like one hand down, one foot down, and then reaching up to the sky.
a little side warrior pose.
Right.
Exactly, side warrior.
Enter your
into the
warrior
mattress.
front.
Junaid.
So I tried it.
Oh God.
And it was a bad idea. I was in there for like a second, and I'm like, this is not worth it. So then I just fell asleep, and then under the covers I just did the usual,
did your
eggs,
thing.
cheese, and toast. Yeah, exactly.
Oh boy.
See, for a while I did it pretty normal until I got enough money, and so like one year for Christmas I got the bamboo sheets, and yeah, softest sheets ever, and it's just like I'ma fuck the bed.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, I got basically like the equivalent of like a rug burn on the head.
Oh no, dude.
Yeah, because so bamboo actually has a lot more friction.
I was gonna say that sounds frictiony.
Yeah. So I learned the hard way about that, and then basically couldn't do anything for almost a month because of it.
Oh my God.
But
that's like a death sentence for a pubescent child.
Truly.
Absolute death sentence. I have a random question going back to your story, Connor. Was your friend? Was he one kind of like was he known to do drugs, or was that kind of like a first time thing?
He's known to do them a lot more now. The dude actually grows like mushrooms under his bed and shit now.
Okay.
But
was
like
that like
I don't want those
like
cum mushrooms. Does he fuck the mushrooms too?
Yeah, it's homegrown. No, he see, that's the thing too, is like before that he had done probably the hardest thing he'd done was pot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that would have been a really horrid and like hilarious story for the rest of your life. Like, oh, do you do drugs? It's like I did acid once and raped a girl, so no, fuck you.
Oh man.
Did acid once, thought I raped a girl, fucked my whole life up. Like, turns out I just humped a pillow all night.
And now I gotta grow mushrooms underneath my bed. Bing bang boom.
Keep the evil spirits away.
Yeah. So this guy was pretty funny because he all throughout high school he decided to pull a Cartman to spite his mom. And the way he wanted to go about doing it was just like, I'm gonna do god awful, inappropriate, racist stuff at school. Right. And the only person that can get in trouble for that is my mom, kind of deal. Like,
oh geez, okay.
Yeah, and so he decided to start doing a few casual things, and he wasn't getting reported. And he was getting really mad because it's just like the whole reason he's doing this is to get his mom in trouble. And
he's not getting there.
He's not getting in trouble. The school's not getting mad at him for doing this shit. Students are.
Let me guess, he's white?
Well, yeah, he's definitely white, but
Okay.
it was like students got mad at him, and it sucks because he hit the point where he actually was just like, well, how far do I need to go? And it sucks because majority of the people I know, including my girlfriend, just know him as like this god-awful person. But he's genuinely one of the nicest people I know. It's just, and he always brings up the question, it's just like, I did some awful stuff, but how come the school never got mad at me for it?
He's like, they just let me do that shit?
Yeah, they just let him do that stuff. I mean, he would casually drop the N-word with like teachers and shit like that.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, he was the one that would play the Johnny Rebel CD in the parking lot in his car.
You told me that.
Yeah, and like...
With your other buddy in the back seat.
Right, and he never got in trouble for that kind of stuff.
Huh. That's wild.
Yeah, and like anytime...
Was your high school like pretty relaxed in general?
No, that's the thing. It's like, this wasn't even really the cushy white school.
Huh.
Yeah, we had like a predominant Hispanic and Asian student populace.
Weird.
Yeah.
Just a little white kid wilding out.
Honestly, and it was just like he never got written up or in trouble or anything. I mean, even like whenever a discussion came up in a class about like, race or slavery or anything like that, like in English classes, there's that whole Southern Reading Slavery unit every year. Right. Yeah, and he'd lay into it. He never got in trouble for it.
He would have loved that assignment we talked about last time.
Yeah.
He would have been like, I'll be the slave master, please.
Yeah, so it's like now that he's finally away from his mom and all that stuff, he's just like, I don't have a reason to do any of that anymore. So he's a completely different person. He's like just a chill stoner dude, hangs out with art students.
Wild things people will do in the like name of getting some attention in some form or another.
Yeah. I mean, like, he would be the kind too that would have definitely bought a MAGA hat.
Oh, for sure.
And like paraded it around the full Trump attire just to get a reaction.
Did you see Trump gave 2 Chainz a presidential lifetime achievement award?
Dude's done more for the black community than anyone could.
Dude, he ironically, I didn't know this.
Gang violence, drugs, and hardcore misogyny. This is the epitome of the.
This is the crazy thing I didn't know until I heard this because I thought it was ridiculous. 2 Chainz actually is a like 4.0 summa cum laude graduate from somewhere like Stanford.
Okay.
He's a marketing genius. He never like that whole character he plays is something he kind of just decided to do afterwards. But apparently since COVID, he has been out there in the streets, like taking care of communities like it's nobody's fucking business. He's actually like turned into like a really well respected like philanthropist. And he's kind of stopped doing his music now. But every time I keep thinking like, damn, the Pink Trap House, like
right.
The same guy.
Wow, that's amazing. I did not know that.
Yeah, he's actually like really, really fucking educated, and that whole 2 Chainz thing was like a smart man being like, oh, this is like a lane I could kind of create for myself, you know what I mean?
God, that's one of the weird things too. You look at like a lot of these rappers and they're actually pretty well spoken for, but they just have to put on like this gangster persona, this ghetto persona just to sell.
Well, Drake is the king of that. Let's be honest. He's like one of the most popular rappers right now, but it's very well known that he does not write any of his songs. I mean, he was in Degrassi as a kid, you know what I mean? Like He's in no way gangster, but comes out here and does all these like, I'm a hood dog rap, and you're like, what, Drake? Like, sit down. Sit down, Aubrey.
I would never even consider him hood in like the entirety that I've known him to.
Right.
The dude is just too clean.
Way too clean.
Like visually too clean.
Just doesn't pull the look one bit.
No, not at all.
Heard a couple people arguing the other day, was he the greatest rapper ever? And I was like, I'm gonna hit you. I'm going to hit you.
Bro, there's white people
no,
that
I
are
don't
better
think
than
he's the
him.
greatest rapper, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what I love is all the rappers that kind of, once they were done doing rap, started doing like family shit and like wholesome shit. Like, what is it? Ice Cube started doing like a bunch of dad movies.
Yeah. Ice Cube, he did like, where are we there yet? And
yeah. Yeah, and then
dude, there were 3 parts to Are We There Yet?
Yeah, I know, dude. He made bank off of them too,
so,
and I actually watched the first one a bunch of times.
So, get this. Netflix has a show called Kipo, and it's like this. It's this children's animated series, and there's like this. It's this whole post-apocalyptic thing where like animals kind of become mutated into more people-like and have their own little societies, and there's like a bunch of wolves that basically took over the San Diego Observatory and are into what is that guy, the astrophysicist, always wore the black turtleneck.
Oh, Carl Sagan?
Carl Sagan, yeah. So they're like these Sagan worshipping wolves, all into astrophysics and stuff. The main wolf in it is played by RZA.
The RZA?
Yeah. No. GZA, the genius.
The Jizza.
Yeah.
You got some fucking Wu-Tang Clan in there.
He wrote all the rap music for that group. And so he has to go out and basically rap about science.
Oh my god.
As a wolves.
They've actually done a couple things.
But it was even better is that
things like that. I've heard about this project before. That it started as like Go on. Hello?
Hello?
Oh, I think we lost you there for a second.
All right. Now, it sounded like everyone cut out.
Yeah, it did weirdly all cut out there for a second.
All right. But what was funny about it is that he didn't try and play it off as like, nah, I'm no longer, Wu-Tang. He actually put Wu-Tang Easter eggs throughout it, including like there's a poster or like a framed painting of the original founder of this wolf clan, like the original alpha wolf, who's just named like Old Dirty Billions.
Knocking off ODB.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Do you guys ever know what can you remember that one guy who was the dude who like hiked up all the drug prices, Martin Shkreli or whatever it was?
Yeah, that little scumbag.
Do you remember how he got that like super crazy limited 1 of 1 Wu-Tang album?
He bought it.
Yeah. I want to know, like, what the fuck has he done with it? Are we gonna go rob this guy and get his Wu-Tang album back? You're like, what the fuck? Why is it sitting with him?
I'm pretty sure. I think that there was like a point too where the Genius threatened to re-record it.
Oh, they did, because they didn't like that because he bought it off somebody else. I'm pretty sure he didn't. Purchase it originally from them.
He bought it under the pretense that only he can listen to it, kind of deal.
Well, that was a Wu-Tang thing. They were selling it under the pretense that like it was only for the person who bought it.
Right. But they just they don't want him listening to it, kind of deal. I mean, the dude's a scumbag. He upped the price of AIDS medication by like 500%.
AIDS medication, I think insulin too.
I don't know if he had a hand in insulin, but I know it
was it. Oh yes. I was reading wrong.
Yeah, it was just the AIDS medication because he basically like bought or inherited the pharmacy that made that, and it's just like, yeah, no, you need it, so there's a demand, so I can put the price to whatever I want, and you still have to buy it. Was his whole?
So I'm actually like reading the history.
He's a total snake.
Yeah.
Total snake. He's a terrible person. He didn't even hike the price right away.
No, there's actually a funny history of it, so I have the whole timeline of it right now. Okay, so.
Okay, cool.
Oh yeah, he took a little while. I don't think we need to talk about how big of a fucker he is. We all know the dude's a giant piece of shit. But the actual history of what he did with it's kind of funny. Because he bought it saying that he wanted to buy it and destroy it so that nobody could have it. And then he promised to release the album in November 2016 if Donald Trump became president. He threatened to release the album, like Wu-Tang would somehow have any ability to stop that from happening. Then a year later, he played one of the tracks on a live stream during an interview and got sued by Wu-Tang. And then right after that, decided he wanted to sell the album, but nobody wants to buy it from him. And now courts are threatening somehow to seize the record from him.
Right.
Oh, because it's part of all his assets that they're trying to claim in his court case.
Yes, it is. That's why no one wants to buy it from him.
Including a Picasso painting and Lil Wayne's original The Carter 5 master. So he's got a couple like big random shit like that. And then in 2008, yeah, he officially forfeited it. So now it's just fucking in some police custody. That's even worse.
There ain't nothing more black than that.
I heard last year that civil asset forfeiture, I should probably look this up before I bring it up, that civil asset forfeiture beat the amount of reported burglary last year for the first time in history. So the cops are stealing from more people than other people are.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, hold on one second. Verse burglary 2020. Yeah. I'm seeing it from a few places that look pretty reputable. No one like a major publicated paper, but yeah, in the last year 2020 that civil asset forfeiture beat burglary, which is just absolutely nuts.
The funny thing is because of that, like the IRS spends more time like pursuing tax fraud for people who make less than $100,000 a year than they do with people who make more than $100,000 a year.
Oh,
that's because people who make more than that are able to afford lawyers, postpone the event, and it just costs them way too much time and money, in which the IRS is losing money. So it's easier for them to like go after people like me, you, or Connor, or recent college graduates who don't have that much like property or revenue that they make every year, that are just like, oh, I forgot to report this part of my income. Oh, I forgot to say that, yeah, I have 2 kids this year instead of 1. Or I forgot and I mistakenly put 2 dependents instead of that many. You're like, oh, okay, you gotta pay this amount. They can't afford it. They go ahead and take their car or their house.
Dude, I had to deal with the IRS last year, and I can't tell you how happy I am that it got resolved pretty easily, but I was fucking nervous, dude. I got a letter from them in 2020 saying that in 2019 I missed a document for my like tax information, that I had like 21 days or else I'd be reported to like some fraud division to get back to them, and to get that paper that they seems like they had this paper because it was for Marketplace Health Insurance, a government health insurance plan. And like I couldn't get into my account to get the paper, and it was literally on the 21st day, and I was like getting real nervous that I was going to have to like actually deal with these fuckers over like not even like $200 worth of health insurance that I paid for, that I think they were like trying to reimburse me for or something. But
yeah,
they don't fuck around.
Well,
no, yeah, that's super scary. And the thing is, that happens to a lot of people.
Yeah,
same thing happened to me, but it wasn't as late as yours was. It was just like a couple weeks later. They're like, hey, we need this document saying that you had insurance from this date to that date, because I had student insurance. And yeah, it's just a simple phone call, make it easy.
Yeah, but they wouldn't even let me phone call it. I had to like,
oh shit, the IRS. Yeah,
you
have to like fax,
mail it all in.
Fax or email it in. Fax, email, or mail.
Going back though to what Junaid was saying though, the whole thing about how they don't chase those like really wealthy people. Have you seen was it Macintosh? His whole talk about how he committed tax fraud.
No, I have not.
Yes, that's the one of the reasons he's hunted by the U.S. government is for like 15 years he openly didn't file his taxes, and the IRS didn't do anything about it until he started like giving talks about why you shouldn't have to file your taxes with the US government.
Wild, dude.
Yeah, and he's just like, I've been doing it for 15 years and they haven't even tried to audit me.
McAfee?
Yeah, McAfee.
McAfee. Oh, that makes way more sense.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, not
dude, that dude's wild.
Oh yeah,
that guy. Isn't that guy sailing around on a boat somewhere?
Yeah.
No, he's sitting on an island. He might be on a boat now because I think the island kicked him off. But from what I heard, he was sitting there letting girls shit in his mouth for a long time.
Yeah, well, he started this rumor to make fun of like false information online that he's part of this secret society that goes to jerk off humpback whales.
Yeah.
And fucking all these news media outlets are just like, he fucking goes and jerks off whales.
How do we report this?
Right.
So, he's jerking off the whales. He's not jerking off on whales.
No. It's like this secret society of divers that go underwater and jerk off humpback whales. People are just like messaging him. It's just like, yo, why do you do it? How do you do it? And he's just like, I don't do it. You seriously believe I do that? It's
First question is how.
Yeah. Do you understand how dangerous that would be?
Oh my God.
That's like,
dude. Okay, so I just Google searched it because I wanted to double check to make sure I had it right. He definitely does have this big obsession with being shit on him and in his mouth. And there's these hilarious interviews. That's terrible to call them hilarious. I'll take that back. There are these interviews with the women he had do this, and they're all just like, so you're gonna pay me a lot of money to just come sit on a hammock and shit in your mouth? And he's like, yeah, really. And they like were so like nervous because they didn't really believe it at first, and then in the end that's all it was. Shit in his mouth, and he would just get all kinds of fucking money. They would get all kinds of money for it.
Yeah, he's like one of those weird people that like openly has a scat fetish.
Yeah.
It's so gross.
I thought she would do it on like a glass table and he'd go underneath.
That's kind of how it started. Then it turned into the hammock. I mean, Junaid, we both heard these on like your mom's house. You know, that's where I heard this story a long time.
Yeah.
They were always talking about it, and I just Google searched it, and there's a YouTube video actually just called "The John McAfee Hammock," and it's just a compilation of girls telling the story of the hammock.
Oh God. All right, well, this reminds me of a story.
It's going to be the next Epstein's Island.
Jesus. Hey, Junaid, real quick, before you get into that, Connor, how much time do you got?
I got probably like another 10 minutes.
Cool. All right, I just want to make sure we're keeping a track on that. Go ahead, Jay.
All right, perfect. So the time was 2004, right? And we had like this big event at our house in Pakistan. We invited our whole family from Kuwait, America, UK, Hong Kong. Everybody came over, and like we would have gatherings every night. It was my aunt's wedding, and it was like an awesome time. People are dancing, having a good time. People are sleeping over, all that sort of stuff. All of like the little grandchildren, cousins are together playing football and all that sort of stuff. And then one night after a dance party, somebody goes to use the bathroom. They use the bathroom, they come out, they have like this very shameful look on their face, and we're like, oh, okay, you cool? And then we just continue playing football. Turns out, the next morning, one of my cousins from Kuwait had only used toilet paper. And here in Pakistan, you use bidets, right? And the only thing in the bathroom was a towel for him to use. So he took a dump, used the towel, and just set it up right back on like the hanger, acting like we wouldn't know any better.
Bro, Pakistan is weird. The next
morning when we're like cleaning up, we're like, dude, was there like a baby? Did like a baby need like a change of diaper? was there an accident? We're like, dude, there's no babies that came over. Like the youngest kid was like 10 there. But no, like this 13-year-old straight up took a shit, couldn't find like the little like the spray. It's like a little water gun hooked up to the toilet. And he couldn't find it, but it's behind him. And he just used the towel and just put it up right there. And then now, for the whole time, at every family reunion event, he shit towel.
I know in Vegas, in all the bathrooms in my high school, there were signs that basically explained in Spanish that toilet paper goes in the toilet. Because a lot of like countries, certain parts of Mexico and like South America, their running water isn't strong enough, I guess, to flush toilet paper, so they have like a separate waste bin for that. And so for the longest time they'd have like this issue of immigrant children going to use the bathroom, wiping, and then like throwing it in the corner of the bathroom. So there's just like a pile of shit covered toilet paper in the corner of the bathroom. And I think due to sanitation guidelines, school janitors actually aren't allowed to clean that up. They have to call in a specialist for that.
Yeah, I'm sure it's some sort of bloodborne pathogen issue.
Yeah. So because of that, they had to start putting up these signs that are just like, no, you flush the toilet paper here.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's because their pipes are so much smaller. So when you flush, they get clogged. Mm-hmm. And when they get clogged, it's an absolute massacre.
Yeah.
But I gotta tell you what, man, using a bidet is life-changing.
Well, of course it is.
See, I remember
it should be required in all bathrooms.
You know what a little kid said? A grandkid of an old coworker of mine, when asked about why we wipe our asses with toilet paper, the kid's reaction was like, well, if I got peanut butter on my arm, I wouldn't just take a paper towel and just smudge the peanut butter enough all over till I don't notice it anymore. I would definitely go wash it off underwater.
And you could definitely still smell the peanut butter after you wipe it off.
Right. And after I heard that, and this came from like a little kid, like maybe 8, and I was like, damn, that's a fucking good point.
God. Yeah.
I remember because like my whole family like uses water. And for the longest time, like in the 90s, like no American household had the hookups or even the parts to add like a water gun feature to the toilet. So we would just have to get paper, like tissue toilet paper, make it wet, and then use that.
As it just like disintegrates in your hand.
Exactly. And yeah, you definitely end up with poop in your hands.
You just go take a shower after you shit.
Might as well, dude.
I remember though, there was one time, it was kind of a similar story. We had a sleepover at one buddy's house, and it was like the next day, and this one guy went into the bathroom, and he was in there for fucking almost an hour. And we're like, you okay? And he's like, yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm just having a little bit of trouble here. And we're like, okay, yeah, whatever. He's probably jerking off in the bathroom or something. The second he comes out of the bathroom, he's just like, okay, my ride's here. I gotta go. And he immediately leaves, kind of deal. The dude clogged the toilet, probably like only in there for about 10 minutes, clogged the toilet and panicked and didn't know what to do. So he just sat in the bathroom, called his mom to come pick him up, and just waited in there like no one can use the bathroom until I can leave the area, so no one can jump on me for this.
Jesus, dude.
What did he do? Change schools? Change his name?
No, it's just every time now he's referred to as Dump and Dash.
Dump and Dash? Janae, do you remember when you were in middle school and there was the whole issue of, I don't want to say a group of kids, I'm pretty sure we know exactly who it was, just one kid taking shits in the urinals?
Yeah, no, I ratted on that kid.
Did you?
Because I thought it was disgusting.
That's usually something like the special needs kids do.
Oh, God, same kid who would throw the tag Dude, this kid was pretty special needs. He used to like be this weird prankster. He did one prank that I've still to this day thought was pretty hilarious and well thought out. This was back when Tag body spray was really popular and like Axe and Tag were kind of battling for supremacy.
Yeah.
And he would get zip ties and he would zip tie the button held down on a Tag bottle.
Okay.
And then he would do that to like 10 bottles, and just before he would open a classroom door, he would cinch it down tight and he would just run down the hallways, opening classroom doors, throwing these zip down Tag things into the classroom. So it just sits there like spraying out Tag for a few minutes, stinking up the whole hallway. And in 7th grade, I still to this day, I was like, that is a funny ass prank.
And Tag wasn't cheap, man. It was like $10, $13.
Wow.
It wasn't. It was like it was pretty good. I was just like, damn.
Did you guys ever have those people that would just like sit in the public restrooms and just wet paper towels and then throw them as hard as they could at the ceiling?
No.
Yeah, that was like a weird thing that happened at my school. They'd like sit in there, they'd smoke, and they would just get like wads of wet paper towel and throw it as hard as they can and like stick to the ceiling. And so the ceiling had like these stalagmites of paper towel in all the bathrooms.
Now that you mention it, I have seen those.
Yeah, it is
specific rock formations.
I never understood why they'd do it, but they'd like cut class to smoke in the bathroom and do that. And it's just like you come in, you see them doing it, and they're like, "Hey man, what's up?" And it's just like, dude, you're fucking weird.
They're just standing there like nothing.
Yeah. Hey man.
Let's just be happy that no Latino immigrants from your high school used their dirty TP.
Right.
Wet it up.
We actually, when I was a kid, I did one thing. I used to hang out with this like kind of distant married in family member every once in a while, and this kid was like always just getting into some dumb shit, TP in houses, all those different kinds of things. He convinced us one time to go, you can stand on a street corner with paper towels and a thing of water, and if you take your paper towel, get it wet, and then as a car drives by, chuck it at the car, it hits the car and sticks to it, and then dries while they're driving home, and when they go to take it off, it like takes all the paint off with it.
Yeah.
So we were sitting there doing this, chucking them, and a car behind one that my buddy hit saw us, and it was this big truck, and he like hits the turn all quick and he's yelling at us, and so we all just like scatter and start sprinting, and this dude literally drove his truck up onto like one wheel up onto like almost on the sidewalk, driving on that like grass strip, and reached over and like threw open his passenger door and hit one of the kids running away in like the back of his head and like knocked him over. Luckily the kid got up and just turned around and ran the way, didn't get caught, but I was like, oh fuck, what am I doing? I'm about to get killed by a redneck out here.
Man, there's white on white violence.
White on white.
Alrighty, dudes. Let's wrap this up here.
Yeah,
so
we're hitting.
We can all go get to do our things. Again, check out Raichu VPN. Little assholes don't know shit.
Now with haptic feedback compatibility.
Yeah, no. Go and buy $300 worth. Tell us the shipping is free. Tell us how long it lasts.
Tell us how long you last. Actually,
yeah.
Don't do that. That's weird.
I mean, you can still tell us. We just might out you for it.
Alrighty, guys. Peace.
See ya.